Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since the last time we spoke, or since the last time I updated you, but a lot has happened in the week or so that we haven't seen each other. So first of all, I had an exam the day before yesterday, and I will tell you in a little bit how that went, because I promised that I would share that with you guys. But I'm currently in the middle of studying for my second exam, which is my bigger exam. It is the exam that I was pretty much the most scared for. And I have to do so much for that exam, and I'm actually a little bit intimidated by how much I still need to study and how much I still need to prepare. I'm gonna film today and tomorrow to kind of show you how I prepare myself for that exam, and also to kind of share you through that journey, because it's been a little bit difficult to prepare myself for this exam, because I know that this exam is so scary and big and difficult that it's difficult to stay motivated. Study outfit of the day is this brown sweater. It kind of reminds me of teddy bear material. So I'm kind of dressed like a teddy bear today. And then I'm wearing white jeans. These are super comfortable, which is perfect for a full day of studying. Okay, first let me tell you about the exam from the day before yesterday. So it was my first exam of this exam season, and it was about commercial contracts. I studied super hard in the days before, but I had like a little bit of a memorization problem, because the exam was commercial contracts, but we had to study different subjects, like different themes, and every time I would study a certain theme and move on to the next one and study that theme, I would already forget all the information of the previous theme. So it was super difficult to remember everything and learn everything by heart. But in the end, I managed to develop like a new study method to really help me retain all of that information. I have literally no idea how the exam went, because some of the questions were okay to do, like I knew the answer. Some of the questions were like, okay, this is easy to answer, but is this really the answer they're looking for, or is this like a trick question and they're actually looking for something else? And then there were a couple of really difficult questions, like we had to explain the meaning of some clauses in a commercial contract, and that clause was really difficult to even read, let alone explain. I have no idea how the exam went. The only thing I'm pretty sure about is the third question, because that was a question that was kind of a replica of one of the old exam questions, and because I did all of the practice exams, I knew exactly how to answer that specific question. So that's the only question I'm like 100% sure about. And then we didn't have a lot of time. It was an exam with only 2 hours, which is a little bit short, and I needed literally every minute to complete my exam, and I was busy until the very last minute. And like when I finished my last sentence, the teacher came up and said, okay, your time is over, everyone has to submit their questions now. So I was done exactly in time, so I couldn't look back on my answers anymore. And I have a copy of the exam at home, but I've been a little bit afraid to like take a look at the questions again now that I'm calm and now that I've slept on it. I don't want to look at it again, I don't want to think about it again, I just hope that I passed. It seems like I'm just gonna have to wait until my grade comes in, because honestly I have no idea whether I like failed or passed or did very well or did very badly. I have no idea. So I'm just gonna have to wait this out. In the previous scene, I briefly mentioned that I used a different method for studying commercial contracts because I simply couldn't remember all of the study material. And what I did, let me show you. I already showed you some of this in my previous video. What I did was studying a subject or a theme, and then I would write as much stuff about it as I could. And then you can see like for each lecture, I wrote down all of the things that I wanted to go over, and I kind of summarized that / revised that on this paper. So I was just like writing and writing and writing. And whenever I was not writing, I was just saying it out loud. And this method was just super helpful to help me to remember everything, because I have not had a subject yet where I had this much trouble with memorizing all of the study material. But in the end it worked out because I could remember everything for the exam, and that's the most important thing.
Everything feels so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way.
Let's make lunch.
Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. so juvenile. I just want it to be me. I wanna set your world on fire.
How to make any day feel special? Make yourself a really special lunch. Every day will feel amazing. My tummy is nice and full now, and now I can go back to work. Let's go study! When it's so dark that you already have to turn on the lights. Sad life.
Everybody knows it's time to go outside. I see her walking down the avenue, I guess she blew my mind. Down and down, I trip and fall for her, she's pretty as can be. There's people to the left and right of me, but she is all I see.
Hey guys, today is the next day, and yesterday the strangest thing happened to me. So I was studying for a couple of days already, but I wasn't making any progress because one, I couldn't remember anything of the stuff that I tried to study, and second of all, I just couldn't get started with studying. So every sentence I read, I had to reread it like 5 times before it hit my brain cells or something. So I really was not in the right study mood for the past couple of days, and it was super frustrating because I only have a limited amount of days to study for this exam. And at one point I was like, oh my gosh, I have to skip this exam because I have not made any progress so far and I still need to do so much. I was feeling super stressed, and yesterday I was at a point I was like, okay, I think I have to stop studying for this exam because this is just not gonna be it anymore. I have to take a resit or something because it's just not gonna work out this time. And I was watching Netflix, I was relaxing a little bit, and then it was 10 p.m. and my boyfriend said to me, why don't you just give it one more shot, just go sit behind your desk, go study for 1 hour and see how you feel. So I did that because I thought, okay, there's no harm in this, I'm just gonna see and try if I can still get a little bit of studying out of the way. So I sat down and I grabbed my study stuff, and then I came into such a study mood. It was crazy because I was super behind on my study schedule and I caught up on everything in that amount of time, and at one point I was like, I'm feeling so tired, why am I feeling so exhausted? And I grabbed my phone to check the time, and it was 1 a.m. in the morning, and I hadn't realized I had been studying for 3 hours straight with no breaks and without knowing that that much time had passed. So of course yesterday I went to bed really late again. As you know, my sleep schedule is messed up, and I woke up today very late because my sleep schedule is not good at this moment. But the good news about this whole thing is that I am not behind on my study schedule anymore, and I think I'm gonna make it because I have today, Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday, and the day after that, Monday, to study for this exam, and I still have time left to repeat, to revise, to make practice exams. So I think I'm gonna make it. And that is great news because I have spent so much time on this subject for the last 7 weeks, and I was like, it's such a shame because all of that studying, all those study sessions are just a waste of time because I'm not gonna take this exam anymore. So that is my life at this moment. I'm only thinking about studying and my exams, and that's it. I hope that your life looks a little bit better than mine at the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna study today. So today, this is on the menu. So I have these pages with all of my notes from the lectures. I still need to do 3 more pages and then I'm done with this lecture. And the rest of my lectures are on my laptop, so from then on I have to study from my laptop, which I don't mind because looking at the screen keeps my eyes awake, and sometimes if I'm looking at paper for too long, my eyes get tired. So today I want to focus on 3 more lectures after this one, of course, and I want to know all of the study material by heart. I want to update my law book because I have not highlighted all of the laws in here yet, and I want to make sure that I know all of the case law and that I have like kind of an overview of how the case law is connected to the study material. That is what I'll be focusing on today, and I'm gonna start with that immediately because then I can get a bunch of studying out of the way now that it's still beautiful and light outside.
Her pretty summer dress is pretty as can be. In her pretty dress, her pretty summer dress, she looks so fine to me. Excuse me, miss, can I tell you that you're pretty as can be? She looked at me and laughed for till now I'm happy as can be.
And I'm finished, so that means that I can take a break now. First, let me show you what I did because I'm proud. Look at that, beautiful. Ta-da! And of course, I highlighted everything in my law book. And now I'm gonna take a little break. If you guys have followed me for a while now, you'll know that I have struggled with this course, Insolvency Law, for so long now. I have struggled for the past couple of weeks because I just think this is a really difficult subject because there are so many themes that I have to remember. There are so many case law that I have to remember. And the lectures were based on the assumption that you had a little bit of background information on insolvency law. And I did have some insolvency law during my bachelor's degree, but I don't remember anything from that period. Like, my brain just blocked all of that information out of my brain. It didn't want to remember anything. And the only thing that's keeping me motivated right now is knowing that I only have to go through a couple more days of this life and then I'm done with studying for a long time. I actually already have a couple of plans for after my exams because I think it's just super important to have a reward when this exam season has been super difficult on me. That is something I'm really looking forward to. I have booked a trip and I'm also going to read so many books, and knowing that these rewards are waiting for me is keeping me motivated and focused. Golden hour has started. Should I go outside and catch some vitamin D, or should I stay inside and study in a couple of minutes? I can't decide. I also wanted to let you know that I finished reading The Inheritance Games, which is my second book of 2023. I'm gonna do a quick review and then I'm going to make myself some food because I'm starving. I'm gonna rate the book 4.5 stars out of 5 because I thought it was a very nice read. It took me 12 days to finish, and that's because in the middle the book starts to kind of become slow and nothing really happens. So that's when I started to put the book away a lot instead of reading it. But the ending really had me in a chokehold because it was getting very exciting and I just wanted to know what happened. I'm rating it 4.5 stars and not 5 because there was a romance part that I just wasn't interested in. So that was the part I thought was the least interesting in the whole book. The rest of the book is really good. So if you're looking to read anything, just try this. Like, if you enjoy the vibe where you don't have all the answers at once and you just kind of have to read and read until you find out the answers, this is the book for you. I'm currently not reading any books because I just want to focus on my last exam, and then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna read the second book of this series, and then I can put my whole heart and soul into reading that one. I don't really have the mental space to read a book right now because when I'm done with studying the whole day, you know, I've been reading the whole day, I've been studying the whole day, I don't have the mental capacity to also read a book on top of that. So that's why I kind of stopped reading at the moment. But when I'm done with my exams, I'm definitely going to start reading for fun again, and I just can't wait for that. So that's also one of my rewards for when I'm done with my exams. Okay, I'm gonna eat now and then I'm going to go back to studying. I want to show you under this light how beautiful my plate of pasta looks today. Oh my gosh. It only took like 10 minutes to make all of this, and it's full of veggies, it's creamy, it's cheesy, it has everything a good meal needs. Hi, I just grabbed a blanket to stay warm because it's really cold in my house. I don't know, I don't feel like studying anymore. But I have to, if I procrastinate any longer, it's going to be a very, very long night. And I don't want that again. So let's go study.
But I can't hold you any longer. I can cope 'cause you're a storm. I wake up feeling even smaller, even when the storm is over. Was it all in my head? Did we try to hard and lost it all instead? Was it all on me? Oh, you backed away so far I couldn't see how far you drifted away. You drifted away from me.
A little update. My study session is finally going better, but it's already midnight, so I think I'm just gonna stop and try again tomorrow. My study sessions today were just terrible. I just couldn't focus, I couldn't remember anything, and at this point I just don't know what to do anymore, so I'm gonna sleep and think about what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna make a decision tomorrow, but at this point I'm just not sure what to do anymore. I feel like I'm forcing myself every day to study, even though there's just no point, because my brain is just like dead from my previous exam and my study sessions are just not going the way I want to, and it's just super frustrating because I only have a couple of days left until my exam. I don't want to waste any time. I just want to be done with this. I just want this to be over. I really don't want to postpone this exam because then I have to do it in like 2.5 months. And I'm not gonna be ready then either. So I just want to be done with this. I just want this whole thing to be over. Let me know in the comments down below what you would do in a situation like this, because honestly, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm very tired now, so I'm gonna go to bed, but thank you so much for listening to my problems, because honestly, I just don't know what to do anymore. It's just been a little bit frustrating to study, and having these little conversations with you really helped me to put my thoughts in order and, you know, think of a solution. So it's really helpful.